The other night, my wife goes on to help chaperone this dance at the middle school where my oldest son and daughter are attending. And soon after I put the little kids to bed, they arrive home. And after the oldest two brush their teeth and go to bed, I asked my wife how the evening went. She said, "It went good. They didn't want any parents to go in the dance with them, so they had me stay with these four girls that who they didn't allow into the dance. Their dresses were not modest enough for the standards." Well, it is what it is. They knew what the standards were. See, we spent some time the previous week making sure my daughter's dress matched the school standards. And this kind of sparked a conversation about a teenage girl's propensity to use their bodies to get attention, and how some mothers will go right along with it or even encourage it. It is very disrespectful to themselves and their bodies, my wife goes on. They treat themselves like a prostitute to get some attention. I reply, it's also disrespectful to the young men. The girls know that the boys have a visually centered sex drive. It's just kind of insane at that age, and and they do it to use the boys for gifts and attention. And we continued on with that conversation, and we discussed how modern society in general has a real lack of respect in general. The women need a fish like a or women need a man like a fish needs a bicycle has been returned. Because of the second generation feminism, really was centered on a lack of respect towards men. The men of today are returning the favor by disrespecting women, and a person does not respect themselves. Who does not respect themselves will not be able to garner respect from others. If someone tattoos their face, they are disrespecting themselves, and they will lose respect from others. If a girl dresses up where her parts are hanging out, they are not respecting themselves, nor do the people around them. And one of the bigger insults those immodest girls are doing is the insult to their future husbands. She is disrespecting the guy who in 10 or 15 years will commit his life earnings to, and his and their future children. For some short-term sexual attention from strange men, she is willing to spit on the face of her future husband. And this goes on later in life. When she decides to have sex with other guys and she gets those tattoos, when she abuses her body with drugs, alcohol, or overeating, when she develops the habit of using guys for gifts and favors or false promises, and when she goes 10 years past her prime marriage window, when she becomes crass, rude, thoughtless of others, the list goes on. Um, it's no wonder that there's a number of guys willing to uh, scoop up these rude, disrespectful future ham beasts is dwindling. You know, they're just moving on. You know, and I suppose the list can go the other way. If we as men are living life in the fast lane, not taking care of ourselves, not developing our careers, not overcoming our bad habits, etc., we are not respecting our future wives. Respect goes both ways. Um, Otis Redding, he originally wrote that song "Respect." And he says, I'm about to give you all my money, and all I'm asking in return, honey, is to give me my propers. It's funny how Aretha Franklin's cover became one of the quintessential songs of second wave feminism. You know, and if the feminist movement was about establishing respect for women, they really did the exact opposite by eliminating a woman's respect for men and saying they can do it all when they can't, and when they got the future loss of respect from men. No longer do you have to tip your hat to the lady, son. You have slut walks, you got women embarrassing themselves, and you have men treating them with no respect. Respect is earned, it's not deserved. And also, sometimes it is earned, but not received. And when that happens, it's best to move on to someone who will. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.